What if Meghan Markle's royal status is crumbling before our eyes? Behind the gates of Montecito, she's reportedly scrambling, trying to figure out how everything flipped so fast. A seemingly petty move, her daughter's disappearance from the royal family website, could be the beginning of a much larger storm. Meghan Markle has never been one to shy away from drama, but this time it's coming from the most unexpected place, the official royal family website. Recently, Princess Lily, Meghan's youngest, was quietly scrubbed from the site. Gone. Vanished. Her name is still listed in the line of succession, but her personal profile has mysteriously disappeared. And here's the kicker. This isn't just a simple oversight or glitch. The profile wasn't removed, it was deleted. It's not the first time Meghan and Harry have felt the sting of the palace's digital manipulations. Not too long ago, their profiles were pulled off the front page, causing a stir. A few minutes later, they reappeared, as if nothing happened. It seemed like an accidental glitch, something the palace could easily laugh off. But this time, the stakes are different. This time, the disappearance of Lily's profile feels deliberate, like a calculated move meant to send a message. What message? Well, according to reports, Meghan is furious. She believes this is all linked to something far deeper than a mere royal digital update. It's about the birth certificate. Remember that bizarre video of her twerking while heavily pregnant? It wasn't the dance that raised eyebrows, it was the belly. Too bouncy, too fake. And when rumors started swirling that the birth certificate listed a Colorado area code, not California, the speculation kicked into high gear. Was the royal family simply looking for a reason to cut ties? Some insiders think so. Meghan reportedly feels targeted. But there's more at play here. Behind the scenes, the palace might be demanding answers, not just about Lily's profile, but about the legitimacy of the birth itself. And when you have someone like Prince William, next in line to the throne, potentially backing this push, you know the pressure is on. The palace doesn't do mistakes. This move was calculated, and it's only the beginning. The removal of Lily's profile from the royal family website is just the tip of the iceberg. Meghan Markle reportedly believes the royal family's move is directly tied to the controversy surrounding her children's birth certificates, and specifically, the mounting questions about their legitimacy. It's not just about what's missing, but what's wrong. Let's start with the bizarre details of Lily's birth certificate. Rumors have been circulating for months about a strange Colorado area code listed on the certificate, despite the fact that Lily was born in California. Why would a simple birth certificate include such a glaring error? Was it an honest mistake, or is something more sinister at play? It's raised more than a few eyebrows, and now it's beginning to feel like a ticking time bomb ready to explode. But the controversy doesn't end there. There's a clip of Meghan dancing while heavily pregnant, a seemingly innocent moment. But it didn't take long for people to notice how odd her pregnancy bump looked. Too bouncy, too perfect. The speculation quickly spread. Could Meghan have used a surrogate? It's not an accusation, just a question that's been swirling around ever since that moment. Meghan's camp has fiercely denied these rumors, but the silence surrounding certain key facts isn't helping. The royal family demands transparency when it comes to royal births. In the past, every royal baby's birth has been documented with precision. Names of the attending doctors, the hospital, and a formal announcement. Yet, when it came to Archie and Lily, all we got was vague statements and a photo of Meghan in a hallway. No official documentation, no named medical staff, no transparency. And that's what's fueling the fire. The whispers are growing louder. Meghan hasn't provided the basic details because perhaps there's something she's trying to hide. Was the royal birth process followed? Were the children even born through the traditional means? These questions, once whispered in hushed tones, are now impossible to ignore. And until Meghan clears up the confusion, the pressure will only build. The silence from Meghan and Harry isn't just raising eyebrows. It's causing a full-on crisis behind the palace walls. The royal family, especially those next in line to the throne, doesn't take matters like this lightly. And word is, Prince William is quietly applying pressure on the palace to take a firmer stance. You have to understand, this isn't just about a couple of headlines or royal gossip. This is about legitimacy, tradition, and the very integrity of the monarchy. Prince William isn't just Harry's older brother. He's the future king. If there's even a hint of scandal or illegitimacy surrounding the royal line, it could shake the foundation of the entire institution. William, a man deeply aware of the fragile state of the monarchy after the passing of Queen Elizabeth, is reportedly frustrated by the ongoing drama surrounding Meghan and Harry. The royal family has managed to stay relatively untouched by scandal for generations, but now there's a growing concern that all the drama surrounding the couple is threatening to drag the entire family into a media circus. The palace has been silent so far, maintaining a level of diplomacy that's expected in royal circles. But the pressure isn't going away. In fact, insiders say that William, who is known for his no-nonsense attitude, may be pushing for answers behind the scenes. Why the secrecy surrounding the births of Archie and Lily? Why the lack of transparency? For the royal family, image is everything. Their public legitimacy is based on a long history of ceremonial precision. Each royal birth is supposed to be documented, celebrated, and verified. But with Meghan and Harry, that tradition has been ignored. Or, worse, manipulated. The disappearance of Lily's profile is a warning shot, one that suggests the palace isn't just tolerating these questions anymore. They're demanding answers. This isn't just family drama, it's a power play. And Meghan may be about to realize that the royal family isn't going to bend to Hollywood-style PR stunts. The stakes are higher than ever. As the pressure mounts, Meghan Markle is reportedly considering taking drastic action to defend her family's honor. The quiet whispers about her daughter's profile being removed from the royal website have turned into a full-on legal storm. Meghan allegedly feels this move by the palace is not just an oversight, but a form of public humiliation. A calculated strike meant to undermine her and her children's place in the royal family. And let's be real, Meghan doesn't take these things lying down. She's not one to back away from a challenge, especially when it comes to defending her family's reputation. So now, according to sources close to her camp, she's threatening legal action. But what exactly is she planning to sue for? Is it the wrongful removal of her daughter's profile? Or is she positioning herself to challenge the very legitimacy of the royal family's actions? Either way, a legal battle could quickly become a mess no one in the palace wants to deal with. But here's where things get tricky. The royal family has the power to revoke titles, strip away privileges, and remove people from the public eye at their discretion. This isn't like Instagram. Royal titles come with centuries of protocol and legal precedent. If Meghan wants to fight the palace's actions, she'll have to go up against one of the most powerful institutions in the world. And the palace is no stranger to legal battles, especially when it comes to defending its control over royal titles and status. If Meghan does indeed pursue this path, it's not just about a public fight. It's about questioning the very foundation of royal authority. A challenge like this could make waves that reach far beyond the family drama we see on the news. It could force the royal family to face uncomfortable truths, ones that could have lasting consequences for Meghan's place within it. One thing's for sure, the battle lines are being drawn, and this legal war is far from over. Whether Meghan can win or not, the fallout will be felt throughout the monarchy. As if the royal drama surrounding Meghan Markle wasn't complicated enough, there's a theory gaining traction that's shaking the very foundation of her family's narrative. The rumors suggest that Meghan may not be the biological mother of her two children, Archie and Lily. It sounds wild, but the pieces of this theory are starting to fit together in ways that can't be easily dismissed. First, let's talk about the birth certificates. The strange Colorado area code on Lily's certificate raised immediate suspicion. Why would a child born in California have an official document listing a completely different state? It wasn't a clerical error. It was a glaring inconsistency. Now, combine that with other odd details, like the fact that Meghan's mother, Doria, is listed as unknown on the certificate. This isn't a small oversight. It's a deliberate omission that makes it hard not to question what's really going on. Then there's the issue with the pregnancies themselves. Meghan's heavily publicized pregnancies and births have been surrounded by skepticism, largely due to the way she presented them to the world. The video of her twerking while pregnant raised eyebrows, not for the dancing, but because the pregnancy bump looked off, too smooth, too perfect. Some viewers wondered if the whole thing had been staged, or if a surrogate was involved. These aren't just random conspiracy theories. They're the kind of questions that pop up when details don't quite add up. Now, here's where it gets even stranger. Rumors are swirling that Meghan had a hysterectomy years ago, possibly during her marriage to Trevor Engelson. If this is true, it would explain why there's no direct documentation about her pregnancies, no known attending doctors, and no concrete evidence about the births themselves. Surrogacy isn't illegal, and it's not even unusual for high-profile figures to use a surrogate. But in the royal world, it's a huge deal. The royal family has always insisted on transparency, especially when it comes to lineage. If Meghan used a surrogate and never disclosed it, it could throw everything into question, from the legitimacy of her children to her place in the royal succession. And the more she stays silent on these issues, the louder the whispers grow. The one thing that stands out more than the drama surrounding Meghan and Harry is their silence. While the world watches, waiting for answers, the couple has said little to nothing in response to the growing storm. Meghan, who once commanded the media with her every move, has curiously stayed tight-lipped as the controversy around her children's legitimacy swirls. Harry, too, remains silent, almost eerily so. And in the world of the royals, silence speaks volumes. Why the radio silence? Some believe that Harry, exhausted by the relentless media circus, simply wants to disengage. He's spent years in the spotlight, and the constant pressure seems to have taken its toll. Publicly, he's said nothing to defend Meghan or clarify the situation surrounding their children's birth. In fact, he's been almost absent, leaving many to wonder if he's distancing himself from a narrative that's become too big to manage. On the other hand, there's the theory that Harry's silence is intentional. He may be backing away from a situation that, if exposed as a lie, could have catastrophic consequences. If it were revealed that both of their children were born via surrogate and the royal family was never informed, the fallout would be nothing short of disastrous, not just for their reputations, but for the royal family's entire foundation. The legitimacy of the royal bloodline is a matter of national importance. If Meghan and Harry are hiding something, the implications could shake the monarchy to its core. Meghan, for her part, has tried to maintain her image through carefully curated interviews and soft PR pushes. She's been photographed in cozy settings, presenting herself as a hands-on mom, but these media appearances only seem to highlight the glaring issue. There are no answers, no birth certificates, no doctors' names, no transparency. Until Meghan and Harry break their silence and provide the hard evidence that the public is demanding, the questions will only grow louder, and their credibility will continue to erode. The silence may be deafening, but in the royal world, it's also incredibly telling. The royal family has always been built on tradition, secrecy, and a tightly controlled image. Meghan Markle, once a key figure in the modern royal family, now finds herself at a crossroads. With her daughter's profile erased from the official royal website and mounting rumors about her children's births, the future of her royal status is hanging by a thread. The disappearance of Lily's profile isn't just a website glitch. It's a stark message from the palace, signaling that unless Meghan comes forward with transparency, her ties to the royal family may soon be severed. Royal titles are not like social media followers. They come with weight, power, and a long history of protocol. Titles can be revoked at any time, and the monarchy has no qualms about stripping away privileges if a member is seen as a threat to the family's public image. Meghan may want to think she's carved out a separate identity, mixing her royal heritage with her Hollywood life, but the reality is far different. The royal family isn't about to let one of its own rewrite centuries of tradition for the sake of personal brand building. What makes this situation even more complicated for Meghan is that the royal family has never been afraid to use the harshest tools at its disposal. If Meghan truly believes she can maintain her royal status while ignoring the palace's demands for transparency, she may be in for a rude awakening. Prince Charles, the current monarch, has remained relatively silent throughout the ordeal, but that doesn't mean he isn't watching closely. His silence could be a sign that he's waiting for Meghan to make her move or fail to do so. Meanwhile, Prince William, who has always been more vocal and proactive in matters of the crown, is reportedly fed up with the ongoing drama. As the next in line to the throne, William has the most to lose from the public spectacle surrounding Meghan and Harry. If the palace doesn't get the answers it's demanding, if the legitimacy of Archie and Lily's births remains clouded, there could be serious consequences for Meghan's future within the royal family. She might find that, in the monarchy, actions speak louder than words, and the royal family is watching her every move. As the storm surrounding Meghan Markle intensifies, her royal future hangs in the balance. What started as a small digital snub, her daughter's profile quietly erased from the royal family website, has snowballed into a massive controversy, shaking the very foundation of her place in the monarchy. The questions surrounding her children's births, the mysterious birth certificates, and the rumors of surrogacy continue to fester, with no clear answers in sight. Meghan may be betting on public sympathy to shield her from the fallout, curating her image through soft media interviews and family-focused PR. But the monarchy doesn't run on vibes or media narratives. It runs on facts, documents, and transparency. As long as the questions remain unanswered, the pressure will only build. The royal family may be staying quiet now, but the longer Meghan refuses to break her silence, the more impossible it becomes to maintain her place in the royal fold. The palace, it seems, is watching closely, waiting for Meghan to prove her legitimacy, or risk being erased from the royal story altogether. The stakes couldn't be higher. In the end, Meghan might find that in the world of royalty, you can't just outmaneuver tradition with carefully crafted narratives. You either prove your place or you vanish from the pages of history.